Most normal album review by Gilla Band. Swerving down the twistiest slide at the water park. There are plenty of laugh-out-loud moments on Most Normal, the audacious third album by Ireland's Gilla Band. Occasionally they come from Dara Keeley's riled-up lyrics. I can't wear hats, I just get slagged. He chants over Adam Faulkner's drilled snares on Bin Liner Fashion. On Backwash, he declares, no one looks cool around a wasp, in a matter-of-fact sneer. Though the real punchline is the sickly, warp-speed gargle of noise that follows, which gives the feel of swerving down the twistiest slide at the water park on a flume of sewage. Lone immediately guitar. But perhaps the funniest moment comes at the start of Almost Soon. On an album where Gilla Band became studio rats determined to push every sound to a mutant extreme, here is Most Normal's lone immediately identifiable guitar. Not only that, guitarist Alan Duggan plays straightforward chiming chords, and in a tone that immediately suggests the ebullient cockiness of Is This It era Strokes. Though three of Gilla Band copped to being in a teenage Strokes ripoff band, the four-piece, completed by bassist Daniel Fox, could not exist any further from that kind of rock orthodoxy. And sure enough, within 40 seconds, Keeley is howling, "I'll brain you," and Faulkner's tidy beat suddenly sounds like he's whipping static. By the time the song ends, Gilla Band are spinning up clouds of outer planetary ash. Brutal and exhilarating approach. Most Normal is Gilla Band's third album in 8 years. Despite a slight catalogue, they've become one of the most influential bands of their generation in the British and Irish Isles, not least at home in Ireland, where the likes of Fontaines DC and the Murder Capital followed in their frenzied and putatively post-punk wake. It's nuts watching it 'cause they're all like rock stars now, Duggan said recently. And we're still fucking. Very much not. Which is fine. It's also the point. From their breakout song, a distinctly condemned cover of techno producer Blawan's Why They Hide Their Bodies Under My Garage, Gilla Band, FKA Girl Band, refused to act like a rock band, pretty much the smartest thing any outfit of that ilk can do today. Their distance from mainstream success gave them the space to hone their brutal and exhilarating approach. The group had disbanded? After releasing their discomfiting 2015 debut, Holding Hands with Jamie, Gilla Band cancelled tours so that Keeley could prioritize a mental health emergency. They spent 2 years writing the 2019 follow-up The Talkies, happy enough to let people assume the group had disbanded as they toiled in private on a masterpiece of panic and deconstruction. Once the pandemic limited touring, their rehearsal space became a refuge where they could hang out, get drunk, and push extremes, working with zero concern for how they would ever play their third album live. Stodgy. Most Normal is unmistakably lab work. Instrumental phrases repeat across the record at varying levels of degradation, from full pelt to ghostly apparition. A stridently contemporary record that couldn't have been made without an arcade of pedals and processors, not to mention a forensic intent. It bears comparison to 2 charred albums that Low have made with B.J. Burton, although it shares as much DNA with Yeezus' precisely warped abrasion or Earl Sweatshirt's hallucinatory some rap songs. Crucially, despite Gilla Band persistently writing and reinventing an easy way to make things stodgy, it also breathes vigorously, making the gap between man and machine imperceptible. Backflip rather than walk. Despite the album's slippery flow, it is anything but formless. The Talkies was a conceptual album in part. Inspired by the looseness of Marvin Gaye's What's Going On, it featured repeat motifs in the key of A. Keeley omitted pronouns, wishing to avoid any connotations brought on by use of I or you, and one song, Ibophobia, gleefully fired symmetrical sentences at anyone suffering with a fear of palindromes. It created an air of resistance, Gilla Band choosing to backflip rather than walk. But Most Normal is a direct attack that hits like chugging gas from the nozzle. It's not only thanks to its mauling noise, but the antic and insistent cadence of Keeley's delivery. Top 40 Kiss-Off. I spent all my money on shit clothes, he declaims in a lumbering sneer at the outset of 8 Fivers, a steady metronome amid swaths of interference. The references to clothes, he has said, relate to his childhood shame at not being able to afford better ones. The squall often rises to meet this tormented conductor, and his repeated phrases and internal rhymes give the album a twisted pop soul. No matter how nonsensical the words, it became a muscle, a hustle to be a Jack Russell, whose head was deaf and once again, binged the Big Brother box set, Keely observes on the zooming backwash. Most normal teams with these inexplicable earworms, which bury in and leave you idly crooning, "Who's in love with the balding earwig?" like it's some top 40 kiss-off. The album is non-specific. Mostly, Keely's lyrics are a spray of indignant soriality. Some of them have the logic of sleep talk. You can picture rushing to record a dozing friend as they drool. "I'm the fastest man in the class, wearing a big massive face," as Keely does on the slurred, red polo neck. The fish and wasps that festered in the lyrics of Gilla Band's first 2 albums wriggle through here, as do an array of destitute characters bewildered by normal life. You could dig to uncover a seam of thoughts about aging. The point where Keely stopped being cute. How he got slow too fast. Although the album's non-specific, all-encompassing state of turmoil feels like the more pressing concern. Please like and subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get new video updates. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.